today. I was able to bring this one in. So when I went to Tokyo, I went to the Tarot Museum, which is amazing, by the way. Highly recommend it. And they had some oracle there as well. And this was one of the decks. So it's a very thin, not tons of cards, very thin. The back of it are like these cherub fairies, angels, but fairies at the back. The deck itself, the creators are Arthur Rackham and Jamie Elford. This is a challenging deck to read. I would say I would not recommend it if you are an intuitive reader and you're new. Probably not. I do now still look. I'll look at it intuitively and then I'll read what it says in the guidebook, just because this is a deck I don't share with other people. It's my own personal deck. Again, I've got a couple of those I've shared today. So I'll pull a card now and we'll see what we get. These cards are also a little bit darker, a little bit moodier, but when I saw them, I just absolutely fell in love. It was just such a beautiful deck and so much feeling within it. So here's one of the beautiful cards. So you can see that. So there's no word. I feel like sometimes with this camera, I'm not doing a very good job at showing you the card. So you can see there's these beautiful little fairies and they're walking along the path and there's not a lot of indication. So a lot of the cards that we have a word on it or a positioning statement or something to kind of guide the reading a little bit. This doesn't have that. So it's just got these, these little fairies and they're walking. There's one that's marching with a flower in their hand, as you can see here, almost like a follow me, follow the leader. We also see number 5 here. So 5 is a lot about change. 5 is also, when I get a 5, it's also about middle of the road and also foundations. Because it's the middle of a journey of 5 is about making sure we're doing things like eating well, exercising enough. We're surrounding ourselves by positive influences. We're taking care of our environment. We're decluttering. We're doing things to really support ourselves to have the best, outcome as possible. When we see this card here, we can see that there's like a group of people and they're all walking together, but there's a clear leader, but somebody else is showing the people behind the way. And what's really interesting about this card is we've got a leader and then we've got somebody showing them the way. There's 2 different people there. The leader is not holding that baton. One of the other characters is, which often shows us that sometimes we have a right or a left hand man or woman or person that's really assisting us in our journey, because leaders aren't always doing everything on their own. I get that. And one of the things that our team wants you to remember, or your team wants you to remember, is that asking for help is essential. Because when you are the leader and you are stepping forward and you are moving about and you're, wanting to create change in your life, it can be a lonely place. It can also sometimes feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders and you're doing everything and all these people are following you and you're like, come on, I'll show you the way. But we need to remember that Source is there to help us. Our angels, our spirit guides are there to assist us along our journey. So this card for me is a lot about celebration. It's a lot about community. It's a lot about bringing us all together and getting ready for the journey ahead. And it's a lot about, as well, when we surround ourselves by like-minded people, we're going to get further along. We're going to get people that are cheering us on, that when we're having difficult days, we can really count on, people that are in your corner and that are supporting you.